Top 18 Signs of Low Value Man. A low value man is a difficult person to be in a relationship with. Their lack of integrity, dishonesty, and betrayal can cause you to feel like you should just break up with them. The good news is that it's not too late. If you are currently in a low value man's relationship, there are warning signs that you can use to figure out how best to move on from the situation. We've compiled a list of 18 signs to help you see the red flags and decide if the relationship is worth holding on to or not. Hello and welcome to Steel Mentality, where future billionaires come to get inspired. Here we talk about business, entrepreneurship, personal development, psychology, money, success, and much more. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're interested and activate the notification bell. We publish every weekend one video to help you become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to download your ebook, How to Get Any Woman You Desire, even if you're shy, unattractive, out of shape, in the description below. Top 18 Signs of Low Value Men. 1. They do not respect your boundaries. A low value man will push the envelope that separates you two. He will want to spend more time with you than you are comfortable with. This way he can monopolize your attention and stop you from being able to spend any time developing fulfilling relationships with anyone but him. This can also be seen in the way that he tries to get you to spend less time with your friends and family, or just in general. He will do things like guilt-tripping you into spending more time with him, or take off because he thinks you are spending too much time with your friends. This man does not respect your relationship with your family and friends. 2. They do not like to be called by their proper name. A low-value man may be mildly annoyed if you call them by their real name. They might even try to use an alias, like Mr. Smith or Sir. It can be something innocent like calling them by their full first name instead of the nickname they prefer, or even just the use of baby to tease them. They will probably get extremely annoyed if you call them out on it and insist that you do it just this once, and that they have a problem over something as simple as a name. It's probably best to leave this warning sign alone. 3. Emotionally messed up. An emotionally messed up man is a man run by his emotions. He can in appearance look like he is rational, or not, but you will know he is emotionally messed up when he reacts to various life situations in an emotional way. In other words, when he has no hold of his emotions and does not respond out of logic, but by how he feels inside of himself. For example, he bursts in anger for the most futile things that won't have such amplitude and effect in a healthy man. He is bitter and resentful towards people or situations that don't deserve that much attention. He thinks the world is a dangerous place, and so he is constantly on the attack. He sees other people as potential enemies, trying to undermine him and harm him. The world is not exactly a safe place, but a healthy person does not define it as such and does not focus only on this aspect of the world. He is a negative person who sees a problem in every solution and never the opposite. He finds himself in many conflicts because he is actively creating them in his life. The world is divided into two parts, the people above him and the people beneath him. He can't compromise most of the time and things have to go his way. Rigidity is a sign of deep unease and fear of the unknown, and it indicates that the person is in deep suffering. He doesn't have many friends, not because he is an introvert, but because people stay away from him. In general, not having a few good friends is a very bad sign. If you are with such a man, you'll live on a roller coaster constantly and your life will be unpredictable, in a bad way, and full of drama. Such men don't know how to live in peace and harmony with others. They don't know how to resolve conflicts. They miss many opportunities in life and make enemies along the way with their behavior. Don't get me wrong, we all have emotions, but a healthy person does not let emotions run the show. For intense neediness, we all get needy from time to time. There's nothing wrong with that, but intense neediness is among the clearest warning traits of a low-value man. That's because it displays immense insecurity. The tragedy is that sometimes a man isn't even low value and has great things going for him, but because he believes he's not good enough, he broadcasts strong needy vibes that scare others away. 5. Victim mentality. Low-value men almost all have this trait. They believe they are victims of life. Maybe they are in various ways. Many of us are, but the low-value man takes this to an extreme. He parades his victim status, he uses it to get power, he manipulates pity and compassion into taking power over others and getting his way. His victim mentality simply makes him a pain to be around, because it never lets up. 6. Lack of discipline. A big part of getting to the life we dream about is discipline. Low-value men don't have that. If they once did, they soon let it go. It's just too hard. That's the thing about discipline. It's f***ing hard. Getting up early, preparing meals that are healthy, paying attention to your responsibilities. It's hard, but it's worth it. 7. A greedy or poverty mindset. Being poor or rich has no bearing on your value as a human being, at least it sure as hell shouldn't. But a poverty mindset does have bearing on your value. Low-value men may be quite rich but still have this mindset. it's full of greed, never having enough and believing that in order for one person to win the other must lose. If the low-value man in question is poor, he will consistently blame all his problems on the rich. If the low-value man is rich, he will consistently blame all his problems on the lazy trash he claims deserve to be pushed down. Both are stuck in a low-value, harmful mindset. They do not respect your time. We all know that time is gold, except maybe for a low-value man. A low-value man will, at times, disregard your time. They will constantly be putting things off or cutting short your time together, either to check up on the latest of their friends' actions or to keep their own time free for other activities. Of course, he will not blatantly disrespect you and take off because he wants to spend time with his friends when you want to do something together as a couple. So what will he be doing most likely? He may show up late to your dates or will be playing video games, being on his phone, or watching TV when you're together. This is also very common in cheating situations. This is the universal sign for a low-value man. 9. Chronic laziness. Taking a break after working hard is a great idea, but a lifetime of continuous breaks results in slovenly failure and misery. Low-value men tend to be chronically lazy. They just can't or won't knuckle down and do what they say. Tomorrow, is their favorite word. 10. Abusive behavior. Abusive men are low value, regardless of the traumas and cultures that may have produced them. There's really no excuse. Men who hit women and verbally or psychologically abuse women are extremely low value. Although it may be tempting to show them empathy and care for them, men such as this are often a ticking time bomb. What's worse is that they often can't begin to improve until they make that decision for themselves. 11. Overly agreeable. It's nice not to have to fight and argue a lot, but men who are overly agreeable tend to be very low value. They put being liked and avoiding conflict ahead of actual competence and truth. The smile and nod approach may work when you want to ignore a pushy salesperson or stressful situation, but when you're going through your whole life agreeing with everything you hear, it's only a matter of time until you end up losing all respect for yourself and others do the same. Avoid fighting and drama by all means, but don't do what low-value men do and agree with everyone just to be liked. It's weak. 12. Zero sense of humor. Some guys are funnier than others, but a high-value man always has a little sense of humor, even if it's basic. When a man has zero sense of humor, it's a warning sign that there's just something missing a little bit in his soul. The least he could do is Google a few, right? 13. Consumed with vanity. Another of the worst warning traits of a low-value man is an obsession with vanity. If he's looking in the mirror constantly, grooming himself like a supermodel before even going out to shop for groceries and apoplectic over a pimple, he's low value, regardless of why he has this issue. It just makes this guy intolerable to be around or deal with. We all want to look good, but don't take it to extremes. 14. Fixation on female appearance. As I was saying, extreme vanity is the sign of a low-value man because it's useless and shows insecurity. Another low-value trait is a fixation on female appearance. This also relates to the point I made about men who behave sexually aggressively to women. Appreciating a beautiful woman is perfectly healthy, and much of our greatest art and music is about that. But being completely physically focused on sexual attributes of a woman is shallow and denigrating. Of course, you notice whether you find a woman attractive or not. What you don't do, if you're a high-value man, is sit and focus only on this as your measure of this woman's worth. 15. He's too nice. What's wrong with being really, really nice? Quite a bit, actually. For one thing, it's just totally counterproductive. Being overly nice leads to seeking out ways to please others and acquiesce to their demands and desires, always putting yourself last. It also can be a form of aggression and expecting people to treat you positively because you're nice. Be genteel, kind, and all of that. Even be nice, but don't be too nice. It's fake and kind of creepy. Also, it doesn't work. 16. They do not respect your space. A low-value man will usually feel entitled to do things they want in your personal space and doesn't care if you are comfortable with the idea or not. Because of this, he will cross the boundaries you set for yourself and will be very stubborn when it comes to listening to your preferences. What are examples of these? He may not do it all the time, but he will definitely do things like move your things around, leave his stuff around your home, show up at inconvenient times, or completely take over a space you are in. All of these things are signs that he is not respecting the rules of your relationship in an attempt to get attention. 17. They do not contribute to household costs and responsibilities. A low-value man is the type of guy who will never take care of his own business. He will expect you to do everything for him, even when you are trying to say no. This is a major red flag, whether it is buying him food so he does not have to cook something, or buying outfits for special occasions. A low-value man will not do anything for himself unless there is some sort of benefit to it, like a parasite living off its host. A low-value man lives the way he lives and acts the way he acts at your expense. What a lowly way to live a life. 18. They feel special when they make others feel small and insignificant. There are moments throughout your relationship where this man will remind you that you are inferior to him. This will be the time when your gut instincts are telling you to get out of the relationship, but you stay for other reasons. You may be afraid of being alone or moving on from someone who is a part of your history. Even if you feel like this man is not even worth your attention anymore, he will still remind you that he is superior to you. A low-value man does not know how to feel special other than making people around him feel worthless and stupid. Talk about ultimate bad behavior. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you found it interesting. If you have any comments or feedback regarding this video, please leave a comment below. We love to hear from our subscribers as it helps us create new content.